Alright, so in this video we are going to be making the Blades of Mercy. I'm going to show you how we went from some basically nothing to this, and then to this. Stay tuned. Alright, before we start the main video, supply list time. Some crystal clear semi-gloss enamel, some automotive primer, 2-in-1 primer, filler and sandable, some forged hammer, paint and primer spray paint. Oh wait, so alright. Also some black spray paint, I kind of forgot to include that on here. Painter's tape, wood filler or Bondo, some super glue, some magnets, and a soldering iron or a wood burning pen as well. Also, you're going to need the plastic and the files for it as well. Alright, so I got all the pieces printed off, I got them all assembled together, realized a couple things pretty quickly. One, it is too small for me, so I'm going to up the size probably 5 to 10%. And another thing is that I'm noticing some warping issues over on here, so it's not really sticking together the way I want to. So, let's get these pieces printed again bigger, and then we are going to maybe insert a magnet into here. Alright, so I went about 10% bigger, and this is the result. Already did some sanding, already assembled it. I kind of forgot to film that, I'm sorry. I used some super glue and then a wood filler pen, not wood filler pen, but a wood burning pen. You can also use a soldering iron, and then I used some of my excess plastic to blend it all in. This part I really struggled with, so I did not film that at all. I used my wood burning pen again to create a hole through the plastic, and then I inserted a magnet. I used these, let's see if I can, these magnets right here. I will leave a link in the description down below for all the supplies I used, but it's basically just these magnets right here. And that really helped with the warping issue. I already tested it out with the other side, and it sticks together really nicely. Then I used some basically gel glue, or like this, I can't remember which glue I used, but I just used it. You can also use hot glue, and I just filled in the hole and then sanded it down. And all in all, I got this sanded down to 80 to 120. And then now we are going to cover this thing, and I mean cover this thing in Bondo. So, let's get started on that. Alright, so I'm done with the Bondo currently. I ended up doing 2 coats. I am going to say, if you make this and you go with the Bondo route or any type of filler route, when you're sanding, be very careful, because I was a little bit too aggressive, and then I snapped this part in half right here. So I had to redo this spot. Luckily, it was a pretty simple job, and I think I even made it stronger. I might actually even have forgotten to put filler or put plastic in this part in the beginning, not the second time, the one that I just did. So maybe that was my own fault, but it's smooth now. I'm gonna start on the 2-in-1 filler primer now. So let's get started. Alright, so I got it all primer filled, or filler primered up. The only area that I know that I'm going to have to add a little bit more Bondo is to this right here, and that's where I had to put some glue in to cover where I made the hole for the magnet. And everything else, though, looks pretty good. So I'm going to sand this up to 320 and then add a little bit more Bondo there, and then sand this again at 320 and then all the way up to 1000. And then we are going to start painting. I didn't show spraying because that is a process I've showed plenty of times on my videos, and it's not that complicated. So, time to sand this up, and let's start it. Alright, I've got it sanded up to 1000 grit. You can see just the reflection on it itself. It is super shiny and super smooth. It is nice. It is time for paint. So, for the whole body, I'm going to do a layer of this antique pewter. Yeah, I know. I have an obsession with this antique pewter. Then we are going to be using this semi-gloss protective enamel black for the handle. And then we're going to be using the crystal clear enamel for the top coat. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. Let's get right to it, shall we? Alright, and it is done. I did a couple more steps that I didn't show. So it is now fully painted, fully weathered. I ended up using some black shoe polish and then this bottle of blood. That was like at the Halloween section earlier and they were on sale, so I bought a whole bunch of them. And then I just dripped it over this, and then when it dried, it created all of these really cool lines. Like blood, this side's even better. And it just comes apart like this. And there we have it. It looks absolutely amazing. Super cool. We've got some on the other side. Can't even tell that this was 3 separate pieces on for each one. So absolutely amazing. Then it just cinches back together like this. Magnet catches it and you are good to go. You kind of got to hold it like this so that it doesn't start to twist, but it looks absolutely amazing. I also used on any spots for this, I used a black paint marker, especially since I realized that I didn't do it at the same level for the black enamel. I did end up having to basically sand this area down to get rid of all of the paint and all of the enamel because I realized it wasn't really working right now. It was too thick for the paint in this area, so I just used some black shoe polish and then really dyed this area, and that's how we turned it out there. Looks absolutely amazing. I'm super happy with it. It looks great. I'm just stoked about it. I love how grimy it looks, like it's been through some stuff. It's just absolutely amazing. I'm super happy with it. I know this was a different kind of video. I didn't show as many details, but I basically used all the details that I've been using in past videos. Just I've gotten better at doing it. And yeah, absolutely fantastic. I might start experimenting with brown shoe polish to get more of like the dirty effect, but I'm happy with this. So, next project for the end of February is going to be the Plague Doctor mask for my Eileen the Crow cosplay, so stay tuned for that. And then I'm going to take some time on to upgrading my bloodborne one, and then I really need to hunker down and get better at sewing because I've got a lot of stuff to sew for Ellie and the Crow, and maybe if I have time for the Bloodborne cosplay as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching. By now or very soon, I should have an Etsy shop showing, an Etsy shop coming on. Basically, I'm going to have an Etsy shop. I'm going to have like keychains on there, and then I'm going to have the option for custom prints. So if you are interested, stay tuned for that. I will post an update for that as well when it is live. So yeah, if you want to help support the channel, get some cool stuff. I will be making anything that I've made in the past, but I won't be painting anything. So if you want any of that, I'm not going to be painting anything. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Mostly because while I like painting when it's something that I'm interested in, I know that I will get very bored. And I'm not trying to be mean, but with my ADHD, I'm just like, if I have to do something, I don't want to do that. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much for this video, guys. As always, my fellow collectors, have a nice day, and peace out. I should say, have a nice. I should say, I screwed up that ending a bit. That was from my other channel. If you guys, thanks for watching, and as always, my fellow printers and cosplayers, have a nice day and peace out.